Welcome back, best of the best practitioners of love and light, the most ethical, who reciprocate their very best equally, and always. Today is the unforgettable Monday Motivations, also known as, formerly known as, Positive Affirmations Monday. It felt like I needed a little ting. So, ding. All right. First, I'm going to do an energy check read because it's like I've been spending a lot of time just kind of like in bed or like on the floor with my coloring book and a bit going through paperwork because it must be done, and I'm just trying to warm up myself to getting into the legalities and bills and all of that. There definitely needs to be a reformation in how I address those items, because it just gives me, it has been giving me severe anxiety. And it's one thing to say it, but to actually experience it, I'm on the verge of, what do you call it? A panic attack. Yeah, it's crazy. That's the whole reason why I got a lawyer, and I told them, like, even like how it stressed me out so much to fill out a form, like it would take me days. It's like PTSD, just trying to like figure out everything, and he took advantage of that. And I don't know where he's at with his business, but there was a lot of turnover since I sought his help and exited. But I don't know, like, I guess I'm just trying to relieve myself from the added worry of, or like, just the detail of what goes on after you leave a horrible situation. And so I know with history repeating itself in its most positive aspect, that pulling myself out of those situations and minding my own business was always the best exit plan ever. It was like part of the severance package, to myself. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and match whatever it is, my takeaways from this experience, and also upping the ante with how I, conduct myself. And so that's like winnings to my higher self, paying it forward, or, our higher selves. And yeah, we're going to do an energy read, because like after I did all that, I was like, I gotta like start my day a little bit earlier and, get all this stuff going downstairs. Just, it's still domestic stuff and very much underrated. Clipped myself a new bushel of flowers, fresh flowers from the patio garden, and just checked on everything. And oh my gosh, we got a first rose, but I have never seen so many rosebuds. Holy smokes, from this one plant. Like, seriously, A-game is just beautiful now there. The Fae are happy. The elementals are frickin' happy. I think I made friends with a wasp, a baby wasp, or a dragonfly. I don't know what kind of breed it is, but we always greet each other. Never like buzzes off. Like, and a baby cricket. These are my friends in my field so far. And yeah, so it's good. There's one plant that just like overexhausted itself. Now it's like it needs to chill. Like it really pushed out so many blooms, like over a dozen, when I'm used to only getting like once. Like the most I've ever had on that plant was like 4 to 5 in one season, when its previous norm was like once or twice every other year. Like, freaking, oh my gosh. Amazing. So, I know that my star families are just super happy, and that the connection points are so strong. Bonds are just strengthening. So I'm very happy with that. And it's like I'm part of their home base too. It's so sweet. So sweet. You know how people go nice versus Noice? It's so sweet. I don't think I executed that well, but you understand the concept, right? Yeah. So, we're going to do an energy reading because once I got to this domestic stuff and doing the dishes and making myself whoever wanted a breakfast sandwich, just like tidying up a little bit and then trying to clean up the oxtail bones so I could use them. Love them. Mm-hmm. Yes, I love them. I mean, they need to be cleaned in phases, so... Oh, you know what? I have a climbing brush, yeah, I'll probably get a toothbrush and do that, because I tried to, carve out, all the stuff that was attached to it. But anyway, and boil it out, and so it's going to be so loved within the cleaning process for its next phase of life and usefulness. So those are going to be part of my divination things. I'm super excited about that. Because it's, it'll be part of, it's just going to be part of my divination stuff. I'm so excited. You have no idea. It's like this dorky, high priestess within me. It's good. Anyway, what were we going to say? Oh yeah. Okay. So when I was doing all of that, my playlist came in and it was so harsh. The come down on Judgement. Things were happening behind the scenes. Spiritual warfare for real. It's for real. The more I mind my own business and just enjoy what I'm doing with the whole domestic thing or whatever I have to do, whatever it is, shit goes down for real. Massive things are happening on the overlay. The divine is skimming down the overhead, basically. No severance packages, just severance. And off you go. No more of that here. So, we're doing a quick energy reading first before we get into Positive Affirmations Monday. Okay? This is Light and Love. I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, and that of our children's, and then some. So, I forgot to use the Shaman tarot yesterday, but I wanted to, I have several. I have 3 copies of this because just like any others that any other decks that I enjoy working with, the variety in it, I wanted to teach, and I thought it was going to be in an old school type of version setting, or even with children. Just tremendous abilities, and this would just be such a great tool for that. And it's speaking to children like they're adults, so that they can expand their comprehension of the world, and without underestimating their capabilities. And so I thought this was kind of a love language in a way of introducing divination within that aspect, between, how there's just I feel a common thread that we both understand in storybook level, the expansiveness in how to kind of put 2 and 2 together. And so I have my other one that I usually use, has messages strewn about in my room, so just as reminders. And so I had to get this new one, that I set aside. You can see some of the dust there. But it's carefully put away. With its own little, like, bindings. It's beautiful. This one held some chocolate previously. And this one is just a scrap of, what do you call it? Hem binding. You know, for, sewing. People know what that is. It's hem bias. It's not bias tape, but it's something similar to that. Anyway. An energy read. I just wanted a comprehensive view without any cards missing. I wanted a full deck. So, energy reading, Spirit, what do you want to say? What do you want to tell me? Because there's a lot of things that I didn't discuss before. A lot of details that I kind of skipped out on. Okay. Energy reading, Spirit, for me. And then others can decide whether or not it vibes with them or if it's just a learning tool for them. Okay, so we have strangers and grief in reverse. So strangers is upright, getting to like newbies. Whether they are or I am or it's simultaneous within the meeting. Grief in reverse, I guess that would be joy. Okay. Alright, so the energy. Oh, so we have a good crowd here. Alright, so what goes in stranger, Spirit? Okay, that was quick. Oh, look at this. And it landed kind of like that too. We talked about this as, you know, being in the middle of like from one, it's like an hourglass. Okay, so this time it's on its side. I have some kind of like reel, one of my first reels on Instagram, where it had an hourglass and it was just sitting like sideways, and it was proof showing that there was still movement even within limbo. So that's what we're looking at here, that we're in the middle of like both worlds. So the access point of this portal, even though it's like bottle-nosed, it's very much very singular within its experience. So there's no rush here. This is like looking back, looking forward, doing the full 360, and just being in the middle of all of that, middle of two worlds. How beautiful is that for strangers? Okay, what goes in grief in reverse or joy? Spirit. Okay, that one. Okay, oh, it's card dealing in reverse, and or having your cards dealt, and dancing in reversal. Okay. You know, it reminds me of like parachuting or something, like skydiving. Which then reminded me of like the tower moment where the people are falling from the tower. Chaos. But they're still holding hands. There's camaraderie in all of this. So it's salvaging joy from grief-stricken situations. That amongst change, it doesn't have to be like, you know, 9/11 atmosphere, but it also speaks of the subtleties that we go through when we make chief level decisions. Things that have to happen, whether you motion for them, make like the most positive, healthy decision in making that choice, or having the universe make that choice for you. So it's finding the salvaging grace, the joy, the value in, if we're falling, at least we are we understand, like we're going through a similar experience, and so there's a bond, a connectivity. And this is not trauma bonding, this is like the negative aspects of it, but it's very factual, you know, it's being very practical with what's happening. And I mean, like, can you imagine going down and you're like agreeing to disagree, and you're like, fuck this, you know, and you just fall kerplat, and that's it. That was your lasting memory. You know what I mean? What the frick is that? And again, having your cards dealt to you. What are you going to do with all of that? Okay? So that's very interesting. Okay. Do you want to, since we have 2 cards for that, do you want a clarifier for Stranger Spirit? We're going to get a clarifier for that. Okay. I guess 2 clarifiers. Or 3. So putting away the shovel. And this could be in limbo, the ascension part of it. Or it could be descending. Okay. And the snake in reverse, kind of retired, just like the shovel. So the shovel and the snake have done their job as far as the healing process goes. And, you know, the 7, or what is it? The 6 or 7 stages of grief. Yeah. Where you're battling it out internally. The descending part of it. Again, so this is kind of a falling out, or something about fallen angels. Interesting. So again, there's a falling in this, but there's also a limbo. So there's a limbo to the end of the tunnel, okay? To reaching that point. But something about going through the depths of it, like you know how it narrows down right here? There's also a narrowing down over here before it expands. And again, that's what it's talking about. The narrowing out of the path before it expands again. So there's this fluctuation, just like the crazy 8 of like, going here and there. Something about Flux Pavilion. Give me a second. Do you know how many post-it notes I have now? Miniature. Okay. Flux Pavilion. It's funny with artists that I really like what I really enjoy their music. It's more like I'm stuck in this particular era of their height, or even like their lesser known work, and like there's a huge range of what they do, but then like I have to go through some other things and to experience their other music. So you know, I like it that way though. That way I'm not like a fanatic when it comes to their work, because for like when you put people on pedestals like that, it's just very limiting behaviors. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. I like the constant like new discoveries of how everything applies in its own timing. So anyway, alright, so descending. Okay, so it narrows out, tapers out before it trumpets out again. Okay, some of you might play trumpets or have a thing for that. I don't know if it just pertains to jazz, but I think it's also, or even traditional band, but something about trumpets. Okay. I feel like we should get one more from here on the energy reading. So some of you might be going through loss, of all sorts, right? And so, I don't know, I think that's, okay, slave, in reverse, will be, freedom. Freed, yeah. Okay, what goes in there? This one. Okay. So, previous state, there was a binding here. Almost like cash and release, like the things, something about taking, because like the way it was positioned. Okay, if I look at it this way, this is the left side. So when we're reeling something in, bringing it in this way. And so to release, lefty-loosey, right? So it goes, it's catch and release. Okay, so not to be too attached. Yeah, again, because I was talking about like artists, celebrities, or whatever, and their work. And so not to be so attached. Yeah, it's just to appreciate something, really, you have to be able to let go and do its own thing and not force, like, you know, force it out of its home, you know, out of its, how do I say it? I don't know. So it looks like 2 times 5, so we have 10 here. It's kind of like Judgment here. Because I'm looking at these lines like they're tally marks with the Roman numerals and mathematics, right? So we have 2 times 5 is 10, which is also here. So this is amplified as 10 and then 10 as a whole. So that's Judgment, 20. That's karmic. That's the final say, Spirit's final answer when it comes to our gestures in life. Okay. Do you want one more clarification for that, Spirit, before I move into positive affirmations? Monday. 2. A mule in reverse. Yeah, so it's being more flexible, being more open, less stubborn. Yeah, that's what I'm getting there. Okay, so that's the energy reading for me. And you know, if you apply to that, yeah, because you know, like basements or cellars, like when you're going descending before it tapers out, it like opens out again. It's kind of a reality check between both worlds, you know, a checkpoint, which is also serving as a reality check. You've been here, like digging up bones, also burying some, and putting it away finally. Like all of that work is just toil, but it got me to this point, you know, having to deal with snakes and the healing process that it cosmically implies. Yeah. Yeah, karma has bitten somebody. Yeah, because cards being dealt in the tower moment. This is crazy, man. Holy smokes. And it's Way to Freedom or Redemption, which is one of the songs that came through from Excision, which is also fabulous. When I was like doing my thing downstairs. So are we gonna yeah, Positive Affirmations Monday officially starts now. Okay. So the Shaman Tarot, what do you want to say? What do you want to divulge? Oh, Spirit is so crazy and intense. Like, intensely awesome. You know, it's just, I don't know. I was feeling, I think, a little gloomy yesterday. And I just asked Spirit, like, is it okay to share this, Spirit? Is it okay? Because I don't want people, like, going, like, all batshit crazy. Okay, so just, I mean, I don't control others, but, like, is it okay that I share it? It's a moon card in reverse. So, it's about intentions rather than manifestations. So, I guess if you have the right intention in mind in sharing, it's just like sharing something really beautiful. Like, some people could ask rhetorically, like, what harm can come from that? And it's like, why should there be any harm coming from that? You know what I mean? I'd rather live upon that premise and than like the naivety, right? It's more like matter of fact. Why can't I share something beautiful? Why can't I share something that's like really nice? Okay, let me see what's behind that. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Because people are just like imbalanced. So the receptivity, even though you're well intended, doesn't mean that people are receptive to your intentions. Yeah. So it's about being the King of Pentacles in this, and weighing out, making those decisions as to whether or not it's safe to share. Like, is it going to cause mass hysteria or whatever? Like, is it going to cause a disturbance in, a community that's already trying to sort through their own ish? So sometimes you have to kind of keep it to yourself. Buffalo face right there. Just like, you can just be good with that. Okay, so I guess I'm not going to share it. Okay. It's very sweet though. Yeah, so sweet. Okay, let me put the cards back then. Thank you. Like, I know that I have supporters on a soul level, but when it comes to my pure, like, divination artists, I still don't get the, like, I think there's maybe one or two, so I'll give you accolades for that, but I don't know. I'm through with deciphering the reasons why people can't be out in the open with me. I mean, the only way I can attribute that is, through their own, like, insecurities and or another, within the same umbrella of fear, worried that harm will be done to them based on the people that, are trying to get to me. Which totally understand both realms. Okay, but again, yeah, see? Again, it's showing the intentions card and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, this could be also lies causing imbalance. So sometimes, like, even when truth be told, people are still dealing with their own lies, their lack of clarity, so they don't know you from Adam, basically. Like, the deciphering is, like, if you're not clear with yourself, you're not going to be clear with other people's truths. So, okay. All right, so officially positive affirmations now. Positive Affirmations Monday, 1:37 p.m. What is it? Our first positive affirmations. Okay. Caught with the wrist. Four of Wands. This is beautiful. This is a reoccurring appearance. This is home and hearth. This is absolute self-actualization within its most sacred, intimate form of the soul existence of a light body. It's self-actualization. You are who you are, and you're not afraid to be who you be. This is completely transformative. Completely. Butterflies all about. This is the softened aspect of the warrior spirit. Do you see how she's dressed? Highly transformational. We have many butterflies here, but the largest ones are 6. There's 6 of them. And then smaller ones, and then it just kind of blends in with the florals. All right. What do we want to say about that? My light body is considered revolutionary within the realm of the elementals. I am honored to be endowed by their presence, their mentorship, and therefore partnership within my understandings of inner alchemy. I take pride in my ability to converse with them as equal sentients. They show me, they physically, tangibly show me the success rate is constantly in motion. That it is very much achievable within atmospheres of co-inhabitants. So our shared circles, although of different species, still depicts cohesion, agreeability, and abundance. That we take turns showing how we beautify the environment. We take ownership over our realm within these certain phases of life. So I'm speaking in reference to my garden area too, obviously. Okay, that's very nice. Okay. Positive affirmations to 1:41 p.m. Okay, 7 of Swords in reverse. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, this is the same kind of leap of faith as the Fool card in the Dream Inspiration deck, I believe. Cards, the Dream Inspirational cards. Jumping off the cliff. It looks like everything is in flame, but it's also in growth. This is something more like sacrificial in the Fool card, like letting go of old constructs. You know, it's kind of like the Tower card, but also the Fool card, but also the 7 of Swords card. So the blending of the 3 tells me that I have succeeded the trials and errors of the human condition. Because of that, I'm on a whole nother level. Not just the next level up, but like, dude, all the way to the penthouse. And we're still building from there. It doesn't stop there. So, going through the dark night of the soul with full transparency is often underestimated in the material world. However, in the spiritual, I have learned, have been lucky to learn that these moves are substantial in creating unlimited sustenance, not just for myself, but the multiverse. Because as I level up it's also within the tapped in frequencies and access points of those that I gatekeep for. So when I level up, so does my entire realms of existence. All my communities automatically level up. This prophesizes nothing but good coming of it. Okay. That's wonderful. Okay. Kali, what do you want to say? Okay, Kali, you got that. Oh, it was the star card. Also the front card. This is beautiful. I don't remember if it was an upright or a reversal, but I think I saw it, the words on the upper part. I think so. I don't remember. Anyway, let me see. Okay, it fell upright still. Let me see. Okay, that fell in reversal on my right side. I don't know. It could be either way. I just wanted to give it a whirl, see what the difference was. I think in all realms, like however which way you see it, there's still hope on the horizon. The greats exist and they're ever expanding. So I think that's a positive affirmation in itself. That it implies the automatic adjustment of our relationships. That's always going to be, you're always going to have more than lint in your pocket is what it's saying here. We are. Beautiful. Okay. Positive affirmations number 4. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this touched my, there's like a trail of cards here. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the 9 of Swords in reverse, and the 10 of Swords upright. What fell face down is Ace of Cups. Beautiful. That's a refresher, because like, holy smokes. Okay. Moving back, lighter step. Because we've unpacked some heavy baggage, old baggage, like outworn clothes, like clothes that have holes in them, all of that, like in our baggage, like just things that we've outgrown, outworn because of this whole experience, again with the Tower moment. So our backstory is that we came from a very disheveled atmosphere, very disheveled, like chaotic happening. Like I feel like everyone here knows what I'm talking about within their own realm. And so it's letting go of anything that just like has caused dismay, like lack of sleep, insomnia. So we unpacked all of that, unpacked all of those biases, and we're moving forward, like with just it's lighter. It's like we have more energy. Our vehicle does. We have more room. Okay, kind of almost like hands-free, you know. So thank God for this finally coming, you know, only because like to live in complacency, it's like you don't know here from there. You don't know what's stressing you out in the middle of the night. Like you can like have some identifiers, but then there's like being in that in between, you come up with resolutions that are not as effective. They lead to other downfalls, like other vices or prescribed medications that are not as effective as I don't know, like I'm not a doctor here in like I don't have a doctorate or whatever when it comes to those designations. You do what you need to do, what fits for you. But I'm just reading the cards here, and it's saying that, it's deconstruction. It's whatever was fed to you or prescribed to you is not always like. You think that sometimes when people get a diploma from book studies and some, I don't know, experience with other people's case studies will determine what's happening within you when you're like a limitless being that's very individual from the rest, that your collective experience will be comparative to the prescription that was given to another. Like, you don't know what that doctor has been going through in this phase of life, or what, you don't know all of their background when it comes to that. So at a certain point within your growth, you need to understand, kind of take the power back. That's what it's saying here. Yeah. A lot of these things that can be solved can be addressed on a very granular level, but within it's not just one straw that broke the camel's back. So you don't treat it just by that one straw. You're looking at everything that's surmounted to that point. You're looking at the hooves of the camel to see what's going on there. It's not just what's happening on the load, but also within the limbs, within, so it's looking at all of that. Okay. And because of that, we're coming in with just a refresher, a renewal. So what I can say for our positive affirmations is that our backstory led to our advancements. And with that, we're in a much better place right now. This is a renewal, a rebirth, a refresher. So it's like hitting the refresher cursor on the page, and it's not in limbo anymore. It's not psych, you're going to have to grab a snack while you're at it. No longer there. Okay? This was the stone that didn't go unturned. Okay? So, I'm very lucky, very blessed to be able to have that fighting spirit within me. And you put that to good use, discovery mode. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so one more before I look at the bottom, middle, and top. Okay, Spirit, and then moving on to Bananagrams. Okay, it fell on my left outer foot. It's the Two of Swords. Okay, yeah, so it's blocking off all of the noise. I don't know what dragon... Is that daffodils? Are those daffodils? I feel like they're daffodils. Okay. Daffodils. Okay. Yeah, this is thinking for yourself. Okay. I love who I've become thus far. I appreciate who I was way back when. But I absolutely love the person that I'm becoming, the soul development that has occurred within all of these instances. It has helped me become a practicing independent thinker, a believer, thus, because of that. It had it gave me a huge assist in transcending all the things that I was once fed to believe, to conform to. And even though there is a certain nostalgia with it all, that it led to this point. I think it was very limiting to be held within those frequencies, that ultimately it wasn't as comforting to my soul. So I'm in a much better place now as a formal practitioner. And I don't know, I feel like that's positive in itself. So, bottom of the deck, what do you want to say, Spirit? Six of Pentacles in reverse. We cut the deck to supplement that with Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay. And then the top of the deck is Four of Pentacles. Okay, so it's time to give back to ourselves. Like, kind of pull in our reserves. Okay, this is kind of hangman status, but it's still beating on our own drum. Working on, like, the beats, basically. Beats per minute, you know, focusing on our own pulse. This is the comeback on the in-between. More at peace, like, with mind. And therefore, no secret, it shows to the world how we're taking ownership over, like, our practice, over what we hold sacred. This is showing that we love what we do and we can fully, like, represent for it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. See? It's kind of like a gatekeeper for that portal. Even though it shows, like, destruction or whatever, we still held on to that portal, so it's ever existing. Like, it's still there. You see, like, I'm seeing, like, you belong to the city, you belong to the night, something, I don't know. You belong to the city. Okay. And then I'm hearing something about the city. Wu-Tang? Okay. I feel like it. Alright, so, Bananagrams time. What do you have to say, Spirit? So I'm happy that like, I'm thrilled for the fact that I have I've been granted time to invest in myself and what I do. That it's not fully disclosed and publicized as such, but that's practically what it's giving me this time. You know, applying for hundreds of jobs and, like, knowing that the divine has always come through for me when I really, really, really need it. The next job has come through, like, within the next 2 days or so, 2 to 3 days. And because I divulged that pattern, there was some kind of, like, hex others tried to tie into that. So now the energy is still there within its, like, fortune. However, it kind of manifested in a different way in which I was able to grab at that time and understand it, like, reform it into a way that, like, I need to work on myself, my home, etc. Instead of, like, the quick, like, right now paycheck. So there's a balance between the two. Like, the universe is not allowing me to, like, ultimately suffer to the point where, like, I'm just going to take my own life. I'm built to last. I'm built to succeed. I have, like, I don't know what the ultimately divine plan is, but I know I'm supposed to be doing something way greater, and not to underestimate these opportunities for growth and development, character development. So I'm fortunate to be able to have this time to devote to myself, to allow for, like, that comeback, a regeneration of sorts, and ultimately the work, the passion, the love speaks for itself. So you know, it's like indirect with your love. So, like, it's full transparency within your gestures. So we have ESIADACGNGANDXUTIGN LTZQREJ. So we have Jill, Jane, Janie, Drill, Rydell, Eric, Annie, Angie. I don't think I ever really get Angie. Tina, Gina, Trina, Nina, Nadine, Jerry, Lance, Letty, like Leticia, Linda, Adele, Colette, I don't know, I have to write down Colette, because it say, Colette, I love you very much. Castle in the Clouds. Dan, Tanner, JC, CJ, TJ, RJ, JR, Danny, Daniel, Randy, but with an IE, Neil, Nils, Silent, AC, Slater. I was gonna say, okay, I got this Wu-Tang shirt, and I don't buy clothes anymore really, because I have a lot already, but like if I'm gonna get something, it's kind of just meaningful and just like for fun. And the way it was designed, it was for my birthday, okay, and I got it on sale, even like with a coupon, so whatever. And it was designed like in 4 blocks with Wu-Tang on it, but it was designed like Saved by the Bell, and it's my Saved by the Woo shirt, because, you know, if anybody's gonna like say like that I'm into woo woo or all about woo woo, well, it saved me. And they're smart also with their lyrics, like their meanings behind it. So it's not just like pop culture along with pop culture or whatever. It's really cool. Anyway, you know, I think there's a artist, I think in like electronic music, AC Slater or LC Skater or something like that. There's something, AC Slater. Okay, so I have to write that down. I think we're supposed to divine something from there. Candy, but it's with an IE. Telly. Xander. X or Z. Xander. And we also have Alex, Alexa, Alexia, Alexander. Oh. So, someone from legal is watching me right now. Like, I know for a fact. Like, I know. From what I've seen already, yeah. I guess they're trying to get... Okay, Nelly. I think they're trying to get intel. Like, I feel like there's a rush for information on trying to get anything that they can use against me. But, like, I'm not to be too concerned about that. You know, in fact, let me see here. Bottom of the deck, destroy. So, create. And then we have something with an erection right there. So, that's in upright. So, those were both bottoms of the decks. So, create. I don't know. I would hope to think that they're more into manifestation than trying to, like, get intel and clues. So let's see. What's the top of the deck? Dead end in reversal and hide in reversal. So, found a go. Finding... Hide. Finding a go. Okay. Let me just get another one from here, because, like, I don't know what's going on. Fear. And then... bathroom in reverse. This is confusing, because the bathroom is associated with self-care and relief and, like, kind of going into hermit mode domestically. But if it's in reverse... You're saying that the fear is relieved? Or to release yourself from fears? Or... they fear that I'm already taken care of? Like, what? Let's get something from the middle of the deck. Spirit clarifying force. Queen of Wands. I think that they see that things are turning in my favor. So I think it's actually out of curiosities, because they see that things are coming into manifestations that things are... I don't know why, but okay. Clarifier. Six of Wands. Victory. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, that's insane. So hopefully they want to rub elbows and kind of rub off on that energy too on their personal lives, because seriously, dude, like, okay, we have Xena. Again, we left off from Xander or Alexander, with an X or a Z. I think we have azurite again. Okay, I'm wearing azurite. I wear it, see? Azurite right there. Again, I would have to say a truth stone, like, I feel like it helps you be more transparent, add clarity to situations. Most definitely. So that also gives you the huge assist on leadership skills. Taking command, taking your power back without, like, it being a supreme fight, just something that you're owed and have absolute rights to. I see slander. scandal. Oh my gosh. Holy mo... If this has something to do with yesterday's reading, then there's something about scandal, and they rewrote the will. Oh my gosh. Or like move some monies around, or there's something internal within the courts, like somebody tried to... Oh my gosh, dude. What? Oh my gosh, with the tower moment. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I have to put it, Spirit. Like, oh my gosh. There's I don't even know what to say. It is very, I've never had scandal on here. The only divination card that outright says scandal on it is in the answer deck. And I can pull a card from there just for the heck of it, but oh my gosh. Exalt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My team is coming in like full force, like horses, like hooves. You could hear them off in the distance. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Glenda, the Good Witch. Oh my gosh. My crew. Thank you. My grandma. I told you I have recruits from both sides, from like all parties, because, dude, we just want what's best. Some of you are from Georgia or Louisiana. That's what I'm getting here. Or LA, whatever. Land. It's like win it and land it. Like wing it and land it. Something about that. I used to use that phrase whenever like I would make something, like, because I hardly ever cook because of my situation or whatever. When things were good, right? So I would always say, I would use that in my like personal IG, or like wing it and land it. So there's something about like concoctions, things that we make like kind of like out of the blue that we're inspired to make, and there's like just a lot of love, like just a sporadic like showing of love, and you win it. Oh, that's so sweet. Holy smokes. Guild, like a Screen Actors Guild. But there's also GILD, which is like something that's gilded, like like dipped in gold. What is it? Dripping in gold. Crave you. It's kind of the vibe of this, except with gold. And it's a heart of gold. Oh my gosh. What? Heart of gold. Keep me searching for heart of gold or something. That's crazy. Okay. I really feel like it. I feel like it. I think so. Jape? No. I'm trying to figure out where the rest goes. Okay. There's two places that I can put end. I really feel like that, and I think like the first place that I saw was exalt. I mean, it could be lend. Let me see here. There's 2 G's, 1 Q, 1 J. I feel like Q&A. There's going to be a lot of Q&A here when it comes to scandal. Oh my gosh. Somebody's in interrogation. Some group or some, like, something's in an intense interrogation here. Because of the scandal and like something's going, like, coming through here. Somebody's in big trouble. Like, this is like once in a blue moon, if that. And with that rarity, it's still even more rare than that. This is you know what you call it? Like treason almost. That level. Where it becomes like a national, like federal type of offense. There's something there. There's something there. Whew. Okay. Gig, Azurite. You know, Azurite is going to help us like land more opportunities, honestly. Because I see gig here. And not to underestimate them. Because like, you know, when you're in a band, like even like the Foo Fighters and like all of them that started, they had their like humble beginnings of multiple gigs that were just like, but that's, you know, you make the most out of those opportunities, and you know, it's character development. Like you find the fun in it, however possible. You get to know each other, and it's just like kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it adds to how do I say it? I don't know. I feel like it adds to the root structure so that when you get big, or when we are very big, or when I am very big, that I'm not going to become so jaded with like all of the presentations of what happiness means. You know, you get to like know the different flavors of happiness. So your access points are so much more expanded, even especially on a granular level. So it's not dependent on how much money you have in your pocket, really. That you're always going to have an access point because you know the variability of it. So this is a blessing for sure. We have J and L, LJ. Somebody's initials there. Okay. So let me see where else this goes. I think in French, you know, when you say je t'aime, or I don't even know how to really say it, but it's je t'aime. I don't know. I'm trying to pronounce it the best way I can, like from memory, but it's, you know, I love you. So if it's just J-E, then I'm sure it has an accent mark there, but it's I. And we're looking at the I am statement linked with Azurite. Yeah. So it's kind of like the hook, line, and sinker, like the very beginnings of a big catch where you speak from the I am statement, which is the root chakra again. Goodness. So we have L left here. We could amplify end with lend, or LC. No. Something about the scandal being on the down low. Because I don't see any other place that we can put it under, except there's two places that we can put it on. Oh my gosh, there's two places that we can put DL, and it's either shared with scandal or end. And oh my gosh. So there's going to be a secret, like there's some kind of secret societies or something, like very, very top secret, like it cannot be open to the public. And that's as much as that I can say about that. So whatever ending this is, it's a complete severance, like no tolerance level. You won't even be given the convenience of the publicity within this. You're not going to be able to exploit this. You are out, and that is final. I got the chills on my right leg. It's crazy. Okay, so let me show you This is cool. This is insane. Okay, so hold on. Okay. And then my little sticky note of things that I wrote. Try to like jumble it all together. And then, but like, goodness. How do I do it? Like that? And then that, and then kind of like the renewal. Does that make it look better? I think that makes sense. Okay. So, thank you very much for joining. I think this was just a wonderful read. We got the energy check, and maybe we might be 2 hours into this, but dude, seriously, this is good. This is very good for us. This is healthy. Okay. So thank you to my supporters and my sponsors of Light and Love that have delivered accordingly. It is received just as such and employed as well within its likeness, if not amplified. Yeah. So upon closing all portals, I wanted to send my gratitude for your respect, for my time, my space, my energy, my work, and that of our children's, and then some. Yes, thank you. So, upon closing all portals, I send all energies back. Sending all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine, with your appropriate karmas due. In Light and Love, helping out with that rollout. Sending all energies back. Safe and sound. In Light and Love, I close all portals now.